Please welcome to the stage the next speaker. As she decodes the principles of company DNA, building a culture that drives performance and innovation.
Good morning, everyone. Do you hear me? Yes. Super. That's a very good start. Thank you to the American Chamber of Commerce for inviting me to be here. This is my second speech. The first one I gave 4 years ago. At that point of time, it was a pandemic time, and it forced us to go digital a bit. So today, I'm very happy to see you all and to be together in one place at this amazing event. And today, I'm going to talk about another competitive advantage which makes an organization successful. This is no doubt will be artificial intelligence. I fully agree, and I'm also a big fan of this direction. However, I believe that another competitive advantage will be about company culture. So, I'm Elena NAUMENKO. I'm General Manager of Philip Morris International in Moldova. I will start with a famous saying of Peter Drucker, who actually said that culture eats strategy at breakfast. And it's very true. And you know, at Philip Morris, we had the chance to witness that firsthand. So today, Philip Morris is a leading tobacco company that is present in many markets. We employ 80,000 people around the globe. And we invest highly in developing, in scientifically proving and commercializing a smoke-free portfolio. So today we are a company that is about collaboration, that is about employee centricity, and that is about company culture. However, that wasn't the case many years ago. So when I joined Philip Morris 15 years ago, it was quite a traditional company. You can imagine an office filled with different kinds of old equipment, like fax machines or projectors. We did have a strict dress code, lots of approvals, lots of processes, and little room for flexibility. And such concepts that are quite normal for us today, like taking care of employee well-being, like remote work that we enjoy very much after pandemics, like open talks from the leadership teams, that was kind of a distant dream for us at that point of time. So everything started to change approximately 10 years ago when the company decided to achieve a smoke-free future. So this required us to shift from being very much brand-oriented and product-oriented to being actually consumer and employee-centric. So today we are a multi-category business focused on innovation, collaboration, and growth, both for our people and for our business. And this transformation happened because we have created and formulated our PMI DNA. This is a framework of values that defines who we are and who we aspire to be. So our DNA basically consists of 3 main values. These are we care, we are better together, and we are game changers. And I will talk briefly about each of these values. So the first value is we care. So it is about being intentional, it is about being inclusive, and which is more important during our days, it is about being empathetic. So I'd like to stop on the point of being self-aware. You know, early in my career, I had a chance to visit one leadership event when there was a senior managing director, and he was talking about a story, and one particular story that made him change his, self-awareness. So once he had a very bad morning, and everything was not going according to his plan. So when he arrived to the office, it was visible that he was really upset, irritated, nervous, He didn't say much, but employees started, to whispering around, is it us that made him upset? What did we do wrong, Later, somebody finally approached to him and asked if everything was okay. And only at that point of time, he actually realized what effect his emotions brought to the team. At that day, he said he made a promise to himself to be always aware of his emotions and to keep in mind that whenever you go to the office, not a very good mood, this can have a tremendous effect of how the operation, of how your team then operates. So the story remains with me every day, and whenever I go to the office, I try to ask myself, how do I feel? Whether my emotions, my gestures, and everything will be a productive moment for the team, or will make them feel somehow not very good. Another thing that is very important during our turbulent times, when we are still recovering from the pandemic, when we are dealing with the war and navigating economic uncertainties, is empathy. So this can change a lot. And I would like to share with you a very personal story when I was lucky to receive an act of empathy from my team. So it was 2023. I came back from Ukraine, where I spent New Year holidays with my family. At that point of time, it was not clear whether we were going to have the opportunity to see each other again, to be in one place again. And for me, it was a very hard moment. So when I returned to Moldova and went to the office, I was trying to concentrate on my responsibilities. But I felt really sad. And it was really hard for me to, to concentrate and to think about anything else except for my family. But then I saw something beautiful hanging on my wall. And that was a map. You can see it here as a picture. So it is a beautiful map of Moldova and Ukraine with lots of kind wishes and messages from my team. So immediately I felt that I'm not alone. I am supported. I am cared of. And it is hard for me to describe the emotions I felt and I still feel when I see this map. Because I understood that, okay, we are doing business, and it was clear that my employees are taking care of business very much. But at that moment, I understood that they also take care of me as a human being. That was tremendous, and from that point, I'm trying to be empathetic as well. So whenever I have the opportunity, I try to think when dealing with a person which kind of morning they had. And, sometimes we do not know whether a person slept enough, whether he or she had some difficult conversations with family members in the morning, and et cetera, et cetera. So I think that we should try to be more empathetic and to be more caring, especially when the external world, provides us with continuous challenges. The second value is we are better together. So it's about trust, it's about collaboration, and of course, it's about celebrating our success. So to me, one of the most transformative experiences was witnessing how the team in Moldova has been evolving. So we started cooperation, we had a set of professional people, but then we understood that collaboration, it isn't something that happens automatically. That is why, at some point of time, we decided to embark on a long and transformative journey that lasted for 2 years and consisted of 7 different sessions. We had the chance to discuss what do we think about our results, how do we give feedback to each other, what is trust for us, what are our personalities according to different methodologies, etc., and etc. And the beauty of this is that after each session, we formulated a brief and simple action plan that we were committed to implement between those sessions. So I would like to give you an example of River of Life experience. That's a very powerful thing if you want to build connection with your team. So in this experience, each team member shared what made them as a person today. All the challenges, struggles, maybe some good moments, maybe some bad moments. So there were lots of different stories where people shared their vulnerable things. They shared what motivates them, what scares them, and etc. And after hearing those conversations, it became clear that, okay, we are united to do business here, but also we know each other better and we know how to deal with each other better. Another thing that we have implemented is so-called manual, how to give me a feedback. So, you know, feedback is a very, very difficult topic because we have fears that, okay, we can offend people, maybe we have fears that the person would understand us not in the way we meant to express ourselves, right? So lots of fears, lots of mystery around that, etc., etc. So we understood that everything should be simple in that. And once we sat together, and each team member basically voiced over what is important when somebody is giving to him or her feedback. So some people said that, okay, I prefer very direct, one-to-one feedback from you, and etc. Others said that, okay, please use more neutral language, and actually it is more comfortable for me to get something in a written form. You know, that was a very simple exercise, but that created the magic because it removed all barriers we had before in discussing openly what a team member may improve in the course of the work. Another thing that we implemented is regular discussions of our expectations. So in our company, of course, we do have a set of KPIs. Those are the numbers, which are about market share, revenues, and etc. So I'm sure that in many companies you have the same. But we realized that in hitting those targets, sometimes we miss understanding of such concepts like collaboration, like what is expected from the department, not from the point of view of instructions or some formality, but in terms of real cooperation. That is why we sat once and created a simple file where every department wrote expectations they had from another department. Then we had a discussion, a very open one, because we already know how to give feedback to each other. And out of that, we created a route for us to follow throughout of the year. We go back each quarter to review this file and to understand whether the departments are up to the expectations or whether there should be some changes. But actually, to be honest, we do not have to wait for these quarterly reviews because what I see is that after we eliminated lots of barriers in collaboration, it is not very difficult for a colleague, for a person to approach another person and explain what needs to be done in order to go forward. So that is why I think that collaboration isn't something that happens automatically, and there should be some efforts. Sometimes it's about many sessions, many years, to develop that cooperation. But once you do that, you're going to have a really connected team and a really effective team that can move things, that can reach really, really great results. So talking about the results, and there is a third value, which we call we are game changers. So it's about embracing challenge, it's about being agile, it's about doing something to have an impact. And I have another story to share with you. So due to the war in Ukraine, we faced with a very difficult situation. So we had imported our products from the factory in Kharkiv, which halted the production when the war escalated. So at some point of time, we understood that we are left without any supply source. And there was no recommendation written in some guidance or instructions what to do in such situation. So we had two basically options, either to be overwhelmed with this challenge or to try to see it as an opportunity. So, and we opted for the second one. And basically, we asked ourselves, how can we relocate production to Moldova? And there was another very important question, how we can do that very quickly. Normally, relocation of production can take minimum a year in our company to accomplish. However, with a team, we managed to do that just in 4 months. And that was because the team was aligned, the team was empowered, and the team was trying to drive for the impact. At the same time, I'd like to say that without two previous values, without care, without we are better together, this one is just impossible. So if you want to transform the organization, you need to start from those two before you're going to get really great results. So PMI DNA is not only a summary of our values, but it is integrated in all processes that we have in the company. So it is integrated in the employee annual assessment. It is also in 360 feedback that we launch every year. We have DNA awards, so that for project completion, a person can get an award based on a particular DNA behavior or value. And we have, of course, DNA integrated in different employee surveys and trainings. Now, I'd like to leave you with one thought. So competition can steal everything, your product, your technology, name other. But what they cannot steal is how you do that. And this is about your company culture. So at PMI, we are defined by the 3 values. We care, we are better together, and we are game changers. So the question to you, are you fostering an environment where people can feel safe, motivated, valued, inspired to get results? And what steps can you make to get there? So let's build the cultures that drive performance, spark innovation, and pave the way to the better future. Thank you.